And hopefully the network doesn't disturb this morning, because the network was disturbing me yesterday so much that I was just frustrated. Okay. So we're starting off with DXY, right? Starting off with DXY. DXY. Now, um, when we're trading last week, I made it clear that DXY was ranging. I was about to like pop off, which is what it actually did, right? We took note of one accumulation here, like this level. No, just this level. Yeah, this level. This whole level. This is where it was. This is where it was last week, and then boom. So it accumulated, manipulated, and then distributed to the upside. So for this new week, right? What I'll be expecting on DXY, I'll still be looking forward to like the continuation of the trend, because looking at it from the daily time frame, let's go ahead to find it. If you look at it, right, you see that the daily time frame, the draw on liquidity has been achieved here, which is this swing point. So it has been met. Alright, it left, although it left a fair value gap like down. So the trend now has now been established. So you can see it on the daily time frame now that the trend has been established. I don't know what this one is doing now. So this way, so you have this low, this high, this low, right? So you see this one count as the first. So this one count has the first week of structure, then price pulls back, then goes, right? So this one counts as the worst second week of structure. Remember, these two week of structures were in fact the main reasons why I give out a buy scenario from here, that the trend is still bullish, and ever since then it has gone up. Right now I feel like price might just retrace back to fill that imbalance before we might likely have a continuation of the trend. Alright, so and then the next swing point after here should be like somewhere here. So I'll just delete this one. So this is where we're looking forward to price achieving first, but I might change it. Let me see 7 days. Let's see a week. Yeah, the body of the candle should be where my own focus is at. So yes, let's go back to 4 hours. So there's a fair value gap that was left before the week of structure, and that fair value gap is what we see just below this structure here. So we're going to take note of it, but before we take note of it, I always tell you 3 things you want to do. You want to identify the trend, then you want to identify the last break of structure, so that you can then position yourself for liquidity. So in this case, the trend is bullish. The last break of structure is this high, although many people don't classify it as a break of structure, but for me, as long as price has broken that level, if it closes above or not, I consider it as a break, because the intention is there. Then the last break of structure. So given this information, this becomes our origin of break of structure, which will serve as an inducement, because I have told you already that when price breaks structure, I told you before that when price breaks structure this way and it closes with a sweep downwards, what did I tell you will happen? I've told you countlessly that you should be expecting liquidity sweep. That is, price should take out liquidity before any possible continuation. Do you understand? So, and this falls into that category perfectly. And we're going to be identifying our PDR rate I want to use. I think the PDR we should use here should be the fair value gap. So it's quite obvious. it's quite obvious I would use, there's a fair value gap here. The 4-hour fair value gap is here, but as you all know, I would cover everything in the second candle. Alright, so on DXY, this is what I'll be expecting to happen. For price to mitigate the 4-hour fair value gap before a bullish continuation. Are you getting it now? So I expect that price is going to pull down, mitigate the bullish structure there, and then kaboom, we have a continuation. Sorry, then we'll have a possible continuation of price. So alright, to proceed, we'll see, and don't forget the targets will now be that drawn liquidity that we mapped out from the weekly time frame. Yes, we use 7 days now, so 7 days makes a week, so we'll use that level as the drawn liquidity. Alright, is there anything? No, I'm not missing anything. So let's go ahead to see Euro USD. So I expect a bullish continuation there, meaning I'll be expecting a similar structure here, but the opposite side, which is a bearish structure, a bearish continuation for Euro USD. That's what I'm expecting. Now on Friday, I told you something. It's even on Friday now, but I marked out this gap for you, and I told you to sell in consequent encroachment, but price did not really fall into consequent. It was so close to it because I was taking note of it. I wanted to take a sell, but unfortunately price was so close but did not mitigate it. So we marked out this POI as of on Friday, that we're going to, that we're going to be selling from here. Where is it 2 hours? Because this is too much. Yeah, so we're left without mitigating that consequent encroachment. So now I'm going to have to delete this, right? Because the last break of structure now is here, and this should be the origin of the break of structure here. But there's one thing that is missing. We want to check the trend that has formed. We have this. So you see, if I should go ahead and pick the POI that is above this, then I'll be looking for trouble. Let's see this other block now. Then what would this mean? It will mean that price would have come out from the structure. For 2-3 weeks now, I have been teaching you on what's it called? I've actually been teaching you on projection. So when you're projecting price in this way, anything that makes price pull off and goes out like this, right? We're not looking forward to selling anymore. The trend has changed. Okay, so in this case, this is what I would say. Price is still trading inside this structure. So as long as price is still trading inside the structure, we are only going to focus on bearish move. But when price breaks off, you see a breakout, then that bearish move has ended. Do you understand? So let's also focus on what price is doing at the moment. One of the things we can see is there's a sweep of liquidity here, which makes it a value level that we can use, and then there's an order block here, unmitigated order block here, right? So better still, it's either you wait for a mitigation of this order block down to the downside, or you wait to see if price is going to flip it and then you take it up. So on Euro USD we have this projection. So if price comes here, you can sell it, stop loss just above the order block, and then if price doesn't respect it, obviously we know we flipped and then we're going up. Yeah, so that is it. I'll just shift this guy to this side. Okay, alright, so that's on Euro USD. Then for GBP USD, let's see. Ouch. So for GBP USD, This is what we have. Is printing same like structure too though? The structures are almost the same. Structures are almost the same, almost the same. So let's see what we can do. So on GU, remember we sold GU last week. We sold from here downwards. So anything that wants to happen, it will still be somewhat like a bearish continuation. So let me show you something. So when you look overboard, so when I'm looking like this, right, you can see that the whole structure is bearish, right? So maybe we want to pick this high down to this high like this. So you see this is the external structure now. The whole structure is what is bearish. So given that, next thing we want to identify is POIs that have not been mitigated. Okay, so there's a 4-hour POI here unmitigated, and this looks like, did he break this structure? No, it looks like an engineered liquidity. So if price comes here, you can sell from there to the downside to this swing low, and if you take a loss there, then we'll have to trade a flip between the break of structure above this POI. We invalidate the sales and we'll start looking for buys, and in fact it will be a very long one. Why? Because this is an external structure and a very long one, because this trend started like since on the 17th of September. You get, that's like 2 months ago. So this is like 2 months price action. So anything that makes price comes out from this external structure itself. This is not an internal structure, so it's an external structure. So anything that makes price to come out from this external structure, then we're going to be like buying for a long time. But for now, price is still trading inside the buyers, inside the structure, and so this is the best place to sell from, which is the POI you can see from the 4-hour here. If you go to 2 hours, I think you still see another block there, exactly right on spot. See, there's another block there. So the last buy candle, which is the bearish order block, is still there. So that's for GBP USD. Then for gold spots, XAU USD. For gold, right, I think, to me personally, right, I just say personally, I don't want to say okay this is what I feel like. Personally, I think gold will just range, and I think it will be clearer. Gold will be clearer after a breakout. Yeah, like this now. So you see what's going on here is, I feel like it's just ranging. Let me show you what I mean. So if you see this is a structure here. So you'd see that the bullish line is holding strong. You have one touch, you have a second touch here, and which touch is usually the strongest, like I've taught you? The third. So the third touch kept price away. The third touch is usually the signal to buy, and that one kept price away. And now this is the fourth one. Alright, so it means that this bullish line is holding strong. Alright, the only problem that we're going to face with is if price now breaks out from it. So for now, price is still ranging. It doesn't have a direction yet. So you can look at it from here. Price doesn't have a direction yet. And why am I even pointing this trend line structure for you? Is so that it give you a bias that if price is going to break out from this trend line, if price breaks out, you can hold your sell. Are you getting it now? If price breaks out like this, you can hold your sell to this swing point, which is this swing low. It will definitely get there, because the breakout is going to be massive. So you just see something like this, maybe it sweeps liquidity and then boom, it goes down. So take note of it. Yeah, take note of it. So for gold, that's what I'll be expecting, like a breakout to happen to the bearish side, to the downside. That's what I'm expecting for gold. Alright, so take note of that. Then we move over to NZD-USD. NZD-USD. For NZD-USD, right? Ouch. Ow. So for NZD-USD, see the same thing. Looking at it, structure is bearish. It's just like what we saw on GBP-USD, EUR-USD. So structure is still bearish, and if we're going to treat it as such, look at the external structure itself. This is the mother of all external structures. So you take it down like this. So you see that is still bearish, right? This is just an external structure. Then this is an internal structure inside the external structure, like this one. Let me show you. So this one is an internal structure here inside the external structure. So for now, right, it's still bearish. In fact, I can even bring it more closer to where we are here. So this is still an internal structure. Alright, the external structure is still bearish. And now, so what's the best thing for us to do? Mark out your liquidity spot, which is here. This is the origin, this is the breaker structure here, and then the origin of the breaker structure. We want to check, is there a POI to use? Yes, there is a fair value gap unmitigated here. Cover the second candle. And so for NZD-USD, price will most likely come here and then sell off from there, because this is the 4-hour time frame. So we might see price push up from here. So you might see price, for those of you trading it, you might see price starts pushing up, maybe goes up, saves liquidity, and then gets there. Alright, so that's what I'm expecting. I still expect a bearish continuation. I don't like just predicting. I don't want to be predicting price, but reacting to what price is doing for now. So until there's a breakout, that is only when we can now consider, oh, we want to start buying. Alright, so for now we are bearish. For now we are bearish on structure. We are very bearish on structure. So so take note of it. Yeah, access point temporary full. Who's connected to my router? I'm trying to check. Okay, so this is for NZD-USD. We can go off to AUD-USD. So AUD-USD is the next one, right? And for AUD-USD, it's still the same thing, right? We'll still be looking at the same thing, because structure is still bearish. There is no shift of structure yet, and in fact, if you introduce the trend line itself, you see that the structure is still very much bearish, and until there is a breakout from this structure, then we can start looking forward to something else. So let's go ahead to look at 2-hour time frame. So from 2-hour time frame, we have another block just sitting here, and this other block has a sweep of liquidity too. Yeah, like all of this. So most likely price is going to come up, hit this consequent encroachment, because this is too much, and come down. So this would now look like a trend line fake out. Other persons might want to trade it as a trend line liquidity, which is still okay, but to me, I would see it like a fake out. Alright, so that's it for AUD-USD. I see it as bearish until proven otherwise, though. So until we have a different structure on it, then we'll change our bias. But for now, it is still bearish. And we don't really take trades on we don't really take trades on USDs on Mondays. For how many months have we been doing this? 11 months. Started January 6th of January, right? I don't think we have taken a trade on a Monday, which is USD trades now, not just a trade, like USD trades to be specific. I don't think so. Oh, I don't think so, right? I don't. So proceed to the next. We have USD card. Now USD card, we bought USD card. The trade was like 5 hour. Let me see. I know we bought USD card. The trade was like 5 hour. Ouch. I don't want to call something else. I need to be sure. Yeah. 5.06 hour. Yes, so I'm correct. So we bought as at last week. It was just 5 hour, and we hit our take profit. So for now, it's still bullish. So DXY is bullish, and that's why anything USD as the base currency, which is the beginning, the first three currencies, that first currency, the base, anyone, as long as it's USD that starts it, it will be bullish too. The same way, because DXY is bullish, then anyone that has DXY, which is USD, as a quote currency, will be what? Bearish. So that's why you've seen USD bearish, GBUSD bearish, AUD bearish, NZD bearish. We'll get there in a moment. So for USD card, I think we have the last book of structure to be here, and for now it's still bullish, and they are on mitigated levels just right below us. So I feel strongly that this level will be taken off as liquidity. I know because of the way price is moving here. Yeah, and if you're taking off as liquidity, a lot of persons might want to use the fair value gap, but me, I will tell you to use this block. If you want to trade a continuation, I'll tell you to use this block here itself, before, so you don't just get stopped out prematurely. Yeah, that's what I'll tell you. So I will expect a continuation on USD card around this level. So we expect a pullback, let price fall into it, and then boom, 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 we go up we go. So that's on USD card, right? Then to proceed, we have USD CHF. Now CHF, USD CHF, the trend is bullish. Obviously you can see it's going up. This is the last break of structure. This is the origin of the break of structure. Now this original break of structure tested a fair value gap here. So this structure is kind of like valid already, because if we didn't test that fair value gap, I would have said price should sweep liquidity. So we need to see how price is going to react off from where it is presently, for us to know, okay, should we just go on with liquidity sweep expectation or something else. So hold up, so below this level we only have, let me see it from 2 hours first. So below this level we don't really have any POI. 2 hours on is so far, 4 hours on is like this. What the heck. So from the 4 hour structure we have fair value gap here. Now, but if price gets here, if price is getting here, I've taught you how to project. If price is going to get to this level, what do you think will happen? There will be a shift of structure, because the stress, I'm using layman English now so that you can easily understand what I'm saying. So the stress of price will pull down all the way to breaking the structure, to breaking the swing low here and getting to this POI. Definitely price would have broken structure maybe twice. That is, it start coming down like this here. It would have broken structure like this once, and before even pulling down to that side, it would have broken structure like this 2 times. So anything that make price get to this POI, most likely, except it is maybe, those news now, volatile news, or maybe a volatile movement to just pull it down on here. So but except it is that, if price is going to get here, it will mean that the shift of structure has occurred. Do you understand? So our best decision is to wait for how price is going to form in this level, and so we can buy from from here as a continuation. Yeah, so we can buy from this other block here as a continuation. So but I feel it's not going to happen yet, because Monday structure, no, I don't think so. But so we have our POI though, we have our POI, so we're going to wait for how price will mitigate the PRI, how we react to from that PRI before we now make our trade decisions. Okay, so that's on USD CHF. Then next is on USD JPY. Now the problem I have with this is for JPY pairs, I might be feeling like price is going to I feel like price is going to change the structure. What do I mean? So checking JPY basket. It's not JPY basket, it's called. Oh, what is Barbarian dollar? God have mercy. Bahari dollar. I've not heard of this before. So let's look at the JPY basket, right? Which is the yen basket. Some of you might not know. So just the way we have DXY as dollar index, we have JPY as the yen index. So look at this. And although I know that this structure is still bearish, but to me, I'm seeing an internal break that might lead to an external break. But I don't treat price just because of the whole picture alone. I still consider those fractures inside. Until those fractures inside fails, then our only hope is to just bank on the external. So in this case, right, this is what I'm trying to communicate. If you look at this, picking the structure like this, what you see is a fake out dealing from what the external structure, and dealing from the internal structure, what we see is a breakout. You're seeing two things. So when you go much lower, let's say 1 hour like this now, you then begin to see my own mind and what I'm trying to communicate. Let me put it in 2 hours so you can see far back. So you see it, right? So first touch, second touch, then a breakout. So a breakout is already imminent, and the breakout is already imminent in the external structure. So from what I'm seeing, right, if price is going to even do any funny thing at all, this whole level is enough to push price way up. So where price is at the moment, it has the potential of leading to a breakout on JPY basket, which is the yen basket. And what would this mean for the pairs that are, for the instrument that are paired with JPY? It will mean that they will be bearish. We don't have anything like JPY, JPY AUD or JPY USD. No, JPY is usually the quotes. So we'll have Euro JPY, GBP JPY, NZD JPY, AUD JPY, like that, CAD JPY, CHF JPY. Do you understand? So that means that if JPY is bullish, it means JPY is strong. So any pair or any instrument paired with JPY automatically will be what? Bearish. So we'll be looking forward to selling those pairs. You understand what I mean now, right? So going back to where we were before we came to JPY basket, where were we? On USD JPY, I guess. Yes. So if you look at it now, from all my explanation, what I'm trying to say is that we might most likely start seeing a change in structure. This girl, please stop disturbing me. Oh, so we might start seeing a change in structure whereby all these pairs start falling down. Do you understand? They may start falling down. Let's see. Wow, this thing is really poor today, but let's continue. So here. So what I mean by this is USD myself eventually, right? And even to justify this, okay, this is 2 hours. I thought it was 4 hours. So 4 hours like this, right? You can see that there is a whole gap for this guy to fill. Bro, these fair value gaps are crazy. Like, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So many gaps to fill. So many. So I feel price might just fall from this whole level, like from this level down to this level like this. My C price fall to this side before it kind of like continue. That's just my mind. That's what I'm just saying though. We might see something like this happen with the JPY pairs. We will see other JPY pairs in a moment, so that's just it. Then for what's this? Oh, GBP. Now for GBP, JPY, it's still the same thing I've been trying to explain, right? I'm expecting it to like come downwards. No, and not just that. For GBP, JPY, we have external structures already. External structures. So you have this low. You have price go up. Let's see, go up somewhere here. It pulls back somewhere here, and this. So we already have a structure already for 4-hour time frame. Now, if you are to draw that structure out, mark it out, you can see something that looks like a fake out. Something that looks like a fake out. So to me, I see it as an impending structure that is about to go down. So let's go ahead and look at the 2-hour time frame. It's just that there are no confirmations yet. The confirmations that I would have preferred to see here would be a 2-breaker structure. So I would have preferred to see 2-breaker structures like 1, 2 in a particular direction. So if the breaker structures had been like this, like okay, as it's coming down, it did 1 and then probably did another one like this, definitely we would have sold from where we are right now. So this is 2-hour time frame. I don't think there's even a POI here. There's no POI to be used here. None. All of them are being used. You can see this 1-hour POI. 1-hour POI has been mitigated, right? No one in 2 hours. Let's see 4 hours. 4 hours is a fair value gap. Except for this. Except this is the only exception. So except price is just going to, retest from this and then drop, then we might have a trade on GBP JPY. So what we're going to do is we're going to use today to just observe. We'll observe them and then we'll get in the trades as from Wednesday or maybe tomorrow evening. Alright, that's on GBP JPY though. And then this is GBP card. If you remember, we sold this guy. Oh Jesus. So we sold GBP card I think last week. I'm looking at this post. It looks like I'm shadow banned or something. I feel so. I feel like I'm shadow banned. If I say we are shadow banned, X has done it again. X strikes again. They be shadow banning me anyhow. It's not their fault. Oh boy. So let's proceed. Let's go on. I'm not doing this for a crowd. I'm doing it for people that need it. Okay. So this is GBP CAD. Now the structure that we can see from here, oh Jesus, is ranging. Can you see this? So it hasn't broken the structure here, and it still did not break the structure above here. I think I explained this one on Friday. Now when we're doing that review on Friday, I explained it that this brush is ranging actually, and you can see it is ranging. So every time it came down it bought, every time it went up it sold. So you see the first touch, second touch, third, fourth, 4 times. I remember then when we used to trade support and resistance, right? We used to call some tested and untested. Then the one we call tested, we now have proven. Yes, proven support. So proven support, the way it works is when you have like more than 3 touch in a particular level or in a particular zone, then it becomes a proven support, or maybe it's a resistance. It becomes a proven resistance, meaning that price has retested that level over and over again without a breakout. So it becomes a proven support or proven resistance. I think that strategy was, and that thing is like how did they used to call it? We used to impute it inside MT5, like PC MT5. I think the guy that collected money from me then, he sold it for me almost $200. I can't forget his name, Abimbola. He sold that thing for me, $200. Let God judge him anywhere he is. Let God judge him. So I think I remember his full name now. You know, Abimbola Betiko, something like that. Yeah, it is way. You know, then now what will we do? We don't have any idea. We'll just be doing rubbish. So this is GBPCAD, by the way. So if it comes to this high again, you can look forward to sell, man. You can sell it. And this is it's not like it's strange, right? It's not strange that this is happening. I actually told you guys that by coming towards the end of the year, markets that have been trending, you see them start consolidating. All right, most of the markets that have volatility, you see them having reduced volatility. Why? Because the banks, the institutions, those ones responsible for moving price, that you see all this crazy move here and there, right? They are rounding up for the year. So more like, instead of them to be working, they're now checking their accounts, closing their accounts for the year, and all those things. So it's just like a business. So they're closing up for the year to prepare for the holidays. So you would not expect the same price action as before. Although it doesn't mean that there would not be movement. No, there will always be movement, but don't expect it to be like the one before. I'm just reiterating on this again because I feel like those of you that are here now, some of you might have not heard it, or we're not here. I feel like some of you were not here when I said it, so that's why I'm just reiterating on it, so that you don't force yourself trying to catch structures and all that. You don't force yourself. Okay, so proceeding. Let's see. Next one is on GBP beautiful trade on GBP I must tell you. GBP saved us well. You know, we already took our own profit on this guy. Let me see. Yeah, we did. We took our own profit on GBP. That was last week. I just deleted everything and created the new file for Stripe. I'll be waiting this, yeah? Am I right? Yeah. I just created a new one. So everything should be in this side here. So that I don't do mistake when I'm doing certain things. Maybe I'm checking price action or I'm studying. I don't want to tamper with the one I used to explain to you guys. So this is GBP price is bullish from the 4 hours time frame. When we go to the 2 hour time frame, last break of structure that can be seen is here. There is a sweep of liquidity here. Yep. So where is the best place for us to see a structure or a continuation? Me, I will pick here. You know why? Because we have a POI unmitigated here, and this looks like a double bottom or whatever it's going to be called. So I'll just take notes of this. So if price is going to come here at all, then a continuation will be best served from this level. I will increase it so here. So continuation will be best served to that level. Just put the position to there. So like that. So regardless of when price comes there, we are gonna buy GBP. You know, I've been telling you guys, I said GBP is one of my best pairs. You know, we trade GBP a lot. One of the best. Just the way some of you, gold is your best pair. For me, GBP. GBP does the magic for me. I easily understand the movement when it moves and all that, right? Easily. What the heck? What the actual heck? Oh, the big. So that's GBP. The next one should be GBP. Now GBP, we already have our take profit hits on this. Here the structure from last week. Is it GPAED now? Because let's see. Done. Everything. Okay, no. Which structure it is? Okay, position I just took. Everything that I'm doing here, it's like the other one has affected itself. Yes, the other one has affected it. Which trades are these ones? The other things are from last week. Okay, I will attend to it later. Everything I'm doing here is already affecting the other one. So use TradingView yourself and that work. So on GBP CHF, this is what I see. Price is rising up here. You see the structure like this. So price is going up basically. So if you want to trade anything now, we're going to trade a continuation to buy. Do you understand? Let me see. I'm trying to, yes. We're going to trade the structure to buy because the structure is now bullish. For me, the structure is bullish, and the level that it's respected from is the rejection block here. So you see this rejection block is what is responsible for shifting this price and making the external structure break here. So if at all price is going to pull back downwards, then we have a fair value gap and another block. My best POI to pick here would be another block itself, right? But putting that into also consideration, we have an external structure forming here. We have an external structure forming here. So if I'm going to project or put this into projection now, it shows that if price gets here, we would have a shift of structure. So what's the best thing for me to do? I'm going to mark out the POI that I can see, which is the fair value gap from here, but I need to see it from 2 hours because 4 hours is usually too much. 4 hours does too much. So, okay, so that's okay. So for there's a fair value gap here. So when price comes into this level, I want to see how price is going to move, like the relationship between price and the POI. So it mitigates it, then causes a shift. Once it does this, then we can go in for a buy on GBP AUD. Do you understand? Alright, then for Euro JPY, so like I said, on the JPY pairs, right, I am expecting them to sell. I don't know when they're going to sell, I don't know, but that's what I'm just expecting on them. Alright, so but what am I seeing here? What am I seeing here? So let's look at it from the 4-hour structure. This is the external structure is here. You pull this one off like this, you see that price broke out already and it's just pulling back. So you go check the POIs that are close to this level. We have another block sitting right here, and we also have a fair value gap sitting above it. In this kind of structure, I would always choose the second structure, the second POI before the first. Everybody that has been following me for a while knows that I don't like picking fair value gaps the way everyone picks their fair value gap. This guy free me now. I pick my own fair value gap differently. Well, not really differently, sha. It's just that second candle. You know, we have 3 candles in fair value gap. So that second candle, instead of you, because normally if you were to do it, you would do this is your fair value gap. So instead of me to do this, I cover the whole second candle itself and wait for price to pull into it. So that is how I trade it. You might not like trading it that way. So if you even look at it now, and most of the time when I do that, it corresponds with the 4-hour gap if there's a gap in the 4 hours. So this is what I have as a projection on Euro JPY. I feel like this dump is enough and price will just retrace back to it and cause a continuation, a bearish continuation on it. But we would not know until the end of today. Like I've said, let us use today to observe how price is behaving, or how price is, how price is moving. Okay, so the next one we have is Euro AUD. So for Euro AUD, right now, Euro AUD, what in the world is this? This is a ranging market, a choppy market, not even a ranging. It's trending, but it's choppy in the sense that the direction is not really clear. You see, it's range here, it ranged here. It's, even though it's breaking structure, but it ranges too much. So I'm going to skip this one. I will skip it. Woha, yes, I will. I'll skip it. I'll come back again. So which one is this? NZD/USD or NZD/JPY? Yeah. Now for NZD/JPY, looking at this, right? I told you last week that this structure will be taken off. So like liquidity, I mean everything there should be taken off for liquidity. And now that price has come into this zone, it's still rejecting, but that's not all. I still expect it to come down. So looking at from me, my own standpoint, what I'm expecting is price has started the bearish structure here. It has mitigated the what's this called now, another block, and it should sell from there. So like sell from here, and target should be, hold on, yeah, right, so we have one, we have two. So target should be around here, stop loss should be around, hold on, wait, is that even the target? Let me see. Target swing points, you guys know that, right? So, okay, 1 2, yeah, this low is the target. Yeah. So this one cover the whole supply zone there. Okay, okay, you they go now. Yes, like this. Let me see it from the 4-hour time frame. Yes, this is it. I feel like this is the first trade that I'm seeing for the week. So NZD/JPY, this is what I'm expecting, like a drop. I don't expect liquidity sweep or anything. Now you people might be surprised, and most people have seen my chart be like, okay, why did this guy even take this trade here? No liquidity sweep, nothing. Well, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't need it in this case. You get the time I go need them, I go tell you now. But for now, NZD/JPY, I expect it to continue selling, to sell rather, just sell. Let me show you another confluence of which I think like it should sell, because this is the last break of structure here. So this serves as the origin and can also serve as what? The swing low. And so if I'm going to connect the dots together, then I'll have a breakout. It's that simple. Then I'll have a breakout. And so if I have a breakout, I'm looking forward to selling in a breakout. Simple. So I think it was part of what I was explaining yesterday when I was telling you guys that I don't usually trade trend continuation that often, like that. Like when I mean, not I don't trade it at all, but like that, like I don't really trade. I prefer trading breakouts than just trading a continuation of a trend, because most of the time when you try to trade the continuation of the trend, in my own experience, when I try to, not general now, I'm just talking about myself, and I get stopped out more often than when I'm trading I get stopped out more often than when I'm trading a breakout. So we have a trade on NZD/JPY. You can feel free to hop in. Stop loss is at 88.330. Take profit is at 86.617. The entry point, you can use the CMP, which is the current market price, or you wait for it to retrace back to 87.937. So anyone you want to use, we have a trade, and I'm taking it off your screen in 5 seconds. 5 4 3 2 and 1. So I think you've copied the, and we can move on to the next. So that's NZJPY, right? Moving on, we have EuroGBP. This is one of the pairs that was sent for hell. This guy, like, is legit sent from hell. Well, I don't even need any trend, anything to tell the structure. The structure is kind of, is bearish, is clear. So you have one break of structure here, and then you have a second break of structure here, right? So the trend is clear, it's bearish. Down, you can go to 2 hours time frame to ascertain POI mitigation. There is a sweep of liquidity here. This one was not mitigated though. Okay, this one though was, but that is the last candle here, like the last candle sharp. So, but there's a sweep of liquidity here, which served like maybe an engineer liquidity before price came down. I think this is what the guys that trade CRT will call CRT one thing. I don't even know. Do you think about CRT? I don't know. I figured out that it's the same thing I'm trading. Sometimes when I trade, there's a particular strategy that I trade, and it is. So let's see what we're gonna do next. So from here, EuroGBP, I will expect a bearish continuation from here. Okay, so just in case price pulls way back, I'm going to expect it within be this. We're going to expect a bearish continuation, right? Oh dear Lord Jesus, nonsense. So we're going to expect a bearish continuation from the 2 hour order block there. Now you might be wondering, why is it that we did not mark this whole candle like this as another block? Because it's not. Because I have taught you before, taught you high probability order block, low probability order block. I've taught you types of order blocks. I've taught you 2 kinds of order blocks that we have. We have the small body order blocks, and we have the weak order blocks. We have rejection blocks also. So this one falls under the category where we have longer wick, smaller body. So you do away with the wicks, you use the body. To watch or to understand what I'm saying, because you might not understand it clearly right now, right? You can just go ahead to check my page. Just search for order blocks. It will just pop out. There is a video that I made for it. Maybe almost 20 minutes. I think 11 minutes thereabouts. I made the video maybe like 9 months ago, so you can check it and then watch it. So this is on EuroGBP. So this is EuroGBP, and this is the buyers that we're waiting for. Every one of you knows that we trade extreme levels, so that's why we're going to be trading that. So that's on EuroGBP. Now let me just add this, right? Soon we're going to stop trading. When this month ends, now we'll stop trading all these currency pairs. We're going to start looking at synthetic indices, because not be me and you go trade currency pair for inside this December. I'll still hold some more, just few, just very few, but I won't major trade them majorly. I'm just saying it now so that you know. On Euro CHF, this is what we have. The trend is bullish and price just broke a structure. So like, let's go to 1 hour. Hey, I wanted to go to 2 hours though, but it still goes. What I wanted to mark out is this sweep of liquidity here, but he didn't sweep it. And since he didn't sweep it, wahala today. There is some wahala. What the heck is this? I'm looking at, which structure am I looking at? Okay, yeah, this is it. So looking at this, right? Best case scenario, price will come back again to sweep liquidity. Best case scenario. And I'm going to trade a continuation from here, because why am I doing this? Because this now becomes last break of structure. This becomes the origin of the break of structure. That original break of structure will now serve as what? Liquidity. I hope you understand it, right? And you see the 2-hour POI is where we mark, and it aligns with the 4-hour order block also. So on Euro CHF, if at all price comes to this entry, this is what we're going to be taking. All right. Okay, so proceeding, we have Euro NZD. Now this one, we bought this guy last week. We hit our take profit. It was 2.8. It was not 3R. Yeah, it was 2 point something. So price is, I didn't even expect that price is going to come down so fast. This is where I was expecting that okay, price might want to come to, because the POI here was not mitigated. It just left. Yeah, the POI was not mitigated here. It just left it. So I was like expecting that price is going to like drop down and then pull up like this. But unfortunately, I can see price pulling up already. So, but I'm not going to delete it. So I'll just leave this POI open for if price is going to come down. So I will still take a buy if it comes down to this level on Euro NZD. Then for AUD JPY, right? I already told you that for JPY, for the JPY pairs, I'm expecting them to be bearish. So basically, all of them is what I'm expecting to be bearish. All the JPYs, and AUD JPY is not an exception. So looking at the external structure here, we have these guys at the beginning of the external structure. You want to like pick them up like this, right? So you see, this is like a fake out. It is a fake out. But until these POIs are not respected before it is even considered that. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to pick the POI I was looking for. Where is it? Is it in 1 hour? Okay, yeah. So I know that I saw a POI here. That's so there's another block here. So until this POI is not respected, before you can classify that this breakout is fake and will not consider it as a fake out. But if not, my bro, this will be a long sell if it happens. Okay, if it happens, it will be a very long sell. But you can be patient to wait for price to confirm this move by giving us a second breakout structure to the downside, and then we will be more confident about taking a sell from here. So I'm just marking this POI now just to see the way price is going to react off from this level. If it reacts and gives me bearish confirmations, I will be taking the trades, okay, on AUD JPY. So that's AUD JPY. Next one is on NZD card. Now NZD card, I was like expecting price to pull to this level last week, I remember, but price did not get there. Alright, and if you look at the external structure now, it's still bearish. It's not like the bearish structure has shifted or changed. No, the structure is still bearish. So that level is still valid for me. So for me, that level is still valid. That if price comes there and it goes up, right, mitigates this level. It mitigates like a breakup. No, not breakup block. No, mitigation block. So it's going to test that level as a mitigation block. Let me just realign it very well. So it's going to test this level as a mitigation block. Yes, then it stands out for me, and then it's okay to sell from there. Alright, I'm just going to like mark it out. Okay, so that's on NZD card, right? That's on NZD card. So this is an NZD card. Now the next one we have is let's see NZD CHF. For NZD CHF, price is bullish, quite clear, and I think we bought this last week. Let me open my phone first. Yeah, we did. I think we bought it now. We bought the NZD CHF last week. And so if you are still holding, you should still hold it, because I'm very sure we bought it. I'm holding one position in it, NZD CHF. I just want to confirm with this one. I know that we bought it. Yikes! Exactly. So I know we bought it. So we bought NZDCHF, and I'm still going to hold because my target is this high. I remember saying that we're going to buy and we're going to hold to this high. So this high becomes, you know, or this high is my drawn liquidity. Why is this thing big like this now? So for NZDCHF, I expect price to like continue going up till this drawn liquidity. Again, if price is going to sweep and come down, probably it comes back to entry. Don't forget there's a sweep of liquidity here. So just in case it comes back to entry, there's all potentials of taking it again to this side up. Alright, so that's on NZDCHF. Then this is AUD card. Last week of structure is here. The origin of the break of structure is here, which is the swing point in this case, right? And to pull this one off, we have something like this. So what this means, or what this is telling me, is that if price is going to go above this line now, then I'm not going to be looking forward to selling. It won't be a sell bias anymore, but now becomes a what? A buy. Do you understand what I mean, right? So from where price is presently, let's ascertain if it's going to sell or not. If most likely we're going to see a sell. So this is the POI here, and price has mitigated it. The POI has a sweep of liquidity, so price has mitigated it. So what you want to wait for now is a bearish reversal candlestick. Like an example is like an engulfing candle. So let's see 1 hour. If there's like an engulfing candle that we can use or more. So we have a rejection immediately, a sharp rejection here. POI. So I think I see one here like this. This is it. The entry is supposed to be here. What a mighty God you are. So there is a trade already here. So I'm just going to do it like this. But entries, we got it. We saw this one earlier. So adjust this to a 5. Also, yes, so 5. So on AUD card, we have like a possible trade already. Why? Trend is what? Bearish. Price has pulled into structure, which is POI, rather one of the PDRs. Price has pulled into it. There is also a bearish confirmation using a bearish engulfing candle, and we are entering based on the retracement. So anything that makes price hit stop loss here now, right, we are not going to be selling anymore, but we're going to be buying. Why? Because this is an external structure from the 4 hours. You can see this is the high, so you get the point already. So the stop loss for the trade is 0.91180. It's possible with you. The universe has been above all other. So you can see it, right? Stop loss 0.91180. Take profit is at 0.90558. Entry current market price. Infinite wisdom, oh Almighty God, you are. I'm just holding on for those ones that want to most likely like enter the trade though. It is to bless your holy name. All glory to you. Glorious Lord, I stand. So I stand in all of my this is as one. So I guess you've taken the trade already. So AED card, that's it. Yo, the next one is shouldn't be CHF, I guess. Oh, yes, I guess right. So AEDCHF, well, presently holding a buy on AEDCHF. If you are not holding the buy, maybe you close your trade now. You sabi that one. No? We're holding a buy on AEDCHF. This is it now. Forever, yes, and it's 5 hour plus 5.88. Yeah, so it's very close to TP already. Very close to TP. It was a very simple trade. Just what's gonna structure and liquidity basically. Price shifted the structure. We identified. I remember we were doing it live that day now. So we identified the last break of structure. We identified the origin of the break of structure itself, and then the POI, which is this. So we took the trade just like this. It was a very simple trade, very simple. Given that the structure shifted, you understand? So as I'm holding it, my drawn liquidity is here. I'm supposed to do more, but since it's 5 hours, you guys should know that already. For those who are following me for a while now, you know that once the trade has done 5 hours, I'm no longer interested actually. Anything more than that, I'm not interested again. So Yoruba will say Asheju ni Oda. I don't even know the full meaning very well, but when you're doing more than yourself, it's not good. It's not like doing more than 5 hours is bad though. It's not bad though. I know some persons that are doing 10 hours, 11 hours. They're my friends, yeah? It's just the way I trade. I don't know how to. Maybe I'll learn it one of these days, yeah. Maybe I'll learn it one of these days. So but for now I'm still my 5 hours. You understand? So let's see. Just this AEDCHF I'm still holding. So I held it from last week. Now AUDNZD. I hope you guys took this one too. Let me show you. We took it too, and I hope you are holding. No, I hope you took it. Wow, I hope you are holding the trade. That's the point. The point is I hope you are holding the trade. And it's still, if you see any position tool on my chart and it's long, just know it's no more than 5 hours. I'll tell you for free. Yes, it's no more than this one too. Is just 5 hours. So I'm going to be holding it to when it gets to its required targets. And if you didn't take it, I don't know, because these trades are usually analyzed live together. The POIs are given live. In fact, position tools and everything, they're all given, and that's why I am putting this out right now to the public and to those ones that are listening right now, that come next year I might not even run anything signal. I might not, because I'll just do everything live, right? I'll just do everything live. Because sometimes all those things, they used to stress me, to be honest. It's only to certain persons that might be running the signals. Those ones that are paid sum of money for a lifetime. Those are the ones that I might be sending signals to. So for new intakes, I might not take anyone again, since everybody is seeing what I'm trading live like this. So what's the essence? So this is ADNZD. We're holding, and I'm holding the buy. What's this? CAD-JPY. Now for CAD-JPY, right? This is it. The structure that I can see is bullish for now, but I feel like it's bearish already. Here is why. So I have this. Move this like this, right? So most of them, if you notice now, they are looking like they did a market what's it called now, market no, a trend line fake out. Do you understand? And that's why I said it's better for you to, you cannot trade like me, so it's better for you to wait for like a second break of structure, like for price to break the second time. Once it does this, don't worry, you can take a very wild sell. Do you understand? So for JPYs, I'm expecting it. So projection is they should sell, but we need confirmations to do that. Okay. Yo. Oh boy, my back. So can't see check. Leave me alone. So this can't see check, right? There's a sweep of liquidity here. So sweep of liquidity is here. Is this CNN? CNN is live. With all these news, I used to follow them. I used to watch news so much. So sweep of liquidity is here, but there's no break of structure. So it's not something that we can use at all. At all, we can't use it yet. But see, there's a break of structure before it's considered usable. Do you understand, right? So just gonna skip it and leave it till the whole structure forms. Okay. Then Bitcoin now. This one I'm about to do for you. Pay attention to it. I might not break down Bitcoin again. So a week ago, I told you guys that Bitcoin might soon buy. It might stop this bearish move. So let's go to 1 month. So look at the monthly time frame, right? Why I said so? Why I said what I said, right? I said for every time Bitcoin fell, that is the pullback. Some of them were choppy. They didn't happen once. It was not a single drop. They didn't happen once. The one that happened like a single drop, price reversed immediately. So this is the last time it dropped like that was 2021. Similar price action. It dropped and then it moved up immediately after retesting a fair value gap, and then before finally breaking down. But you see this long move. It was not just one single drop. It's like it's choppy. Alright, before price now starts doing this. Now, in a very long time, this is now the structure that price has formed. So you have a low here, a high, a low here, a high, a low. When you drag it out, I showed you this a week ago, that price is presently at the third touch of the trend, of which we cannot rule out because most of you don't use trend line, but I used to use it because I've seen it how it happens over time. I'm not like trading it, I'm trading the confirmations that come after it. So from the monthly time frame, there is a trend line that you can see right here in my phone. Okay, so this is a trend line here. You have a low, connect it like that. So I'm sorry about that. So you have this, right? And then what was the other thing I told you? I said that there is a rejection block here. Now this rejection block is as a result of price filling the gap in this level. So after price filled this fair value gap here, it left a rejection block, and that rejection block is where price is rejecting from. See rhymes. That's where price is presently reacting from. Okay, now let's go down to like a much more lower time frame, say 7 days or 1 week. Yeah, now this is what we can see. Okay, now you see this, that this is another block. Price is retesting on that other block. I don't know why this one show me. I know I'm supposed to see another candle. So looking at the 1 week time frame, this is another block retested or mitigated, and not just mitigated, rejected. So it mitigates it, it rejects it, and now it's the closure of the candle that I want you to focus on. When price mitigated it, it rejected immediately. In other words, it is not just this confluence of the other block that we're looking at, also the trend line. Now normally if I'm making this analysis, I wouldn't even take more than maybe 3 minutes and I'm done. It's because I'm explaining to you guys. So after this rejection here, what did price do? It went up. So we have two confluences now, the other block rejection and also the trend line rejection, and price has closed above, it closed inside it. So if we're going to go to 1D, the daily time frame now, this is what we have. So we have a very clean rejection in this level, a clean one. I think there is even a reversal candlestick. Is it 3 days? 3 days. So there's a reversal candlestick here, a bullish reversal candlestick. This is called the hammer. So the hammer, the selling, the bearish one is the pin bar. So this is the hammer. So what am I trying to say? Let's go back to the 4 hours. all of these points towards a breakout is imminent, meaning price will soon start buying, because it makes no sense for you to just click buy here now. It doesn't make any sense. So this is the POI from that monthly time frame that price mitigated. So let's see. There is a bearish line that we can use and wait for the breakout. Do you understand? So since the breakout is imminent, or the bearish breakout is something that we're now expecting, I want you to be calm. So when you see this happen, say price goes up and then the body of the candle, emphasis, the body of the candle goes above and then you see it pull back, I need you to wait for a sweep of liquidity, and it does this, then we're going to hold Bitcoin buys, and it might be the beginning of a bullish move again. I'm just trying to explain. You get, it might be the beginning of a bullish move that might. So possibilities is it might go back and then break out from that all-time high that it created, because of where we're coming from. So it's like a top-down analysis. We did it from the monthly time frame, we entered the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, and this is the hourly time frame. So that is my projection on BTC. But if it doesn't happen, that is, this breakout does not happen, definitely then we're going to have a second break of structure to this side, that is the breakout. Now this one is also very important, because if price breaks out from this low that it created here, let me just mark it out so you see. If price comes out from this low here, then Bitcoin is going to go very, very far downwards, because you saw it from the monthly time frame when I showed you just now. That low is like here, meaning the drawn liquidity is, price might find itself as low as 59,000. Jesus, this is going to break some people's heart. It will first of all test 74 first before going to 59. That's if it's possible. But if it breaks that structure, let me just put it out. So once it breaks that structure, that second break of structure downwards, once it breaks it, it's definitely coming to 70,000, definitely. So I want you to pay attention, be on alert, either to buy or to sell, anyone. So if it sells, if it breaks down, it will get down to this level. But if it breaks up, then we can start looking forward to seeing probably an all-time high. Do you understand? So that is for BTC. I think that's the end of it, right? So let's go ahead to look at the economic calendar for the week. You are forevermore. I worship you, God. I worship you, God. Alright. So today is Monday, the 24th of November. We just have 1 week and we are in December. December, children, say hallelujah. So, but today is 24th, and today Monday there is no news. So pure price action, that's what you're going to see today. Pure, clean. You might not see volatilities that much, but I like this when there are no news. I think it's twice this week. We don't have a news today, and we don't have any news also on Thursday. So, but don't forget Donald Trump. Only Donald Trump himself is in news. So on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, on USD pairs, tomorrow is all about USD. All about USD. Around 2:30 tomorrow, we have PPI. Around 2:30, then we have core retail sales, then and then retail sales itself. So two major news tomorrow. All of them. This four is like just PPI and the core retail sales. So that's on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, you have few pairs. But there's no need to even look at Wednesday, because on Wednesday, during a session like this, we're going to still talk about it. But there are some that might happen before we come up. So we have one by 1:30 in the morning, AUD news, which is CPI. I've told you news that you should not play with. Others you can play with them, but you see CPI, don't play with them when you are trading your prop accounts. If you have positions running, probably those as an entry, close them. If they've gone in profit, no problem, set your stop loss to your entry, you get. So because CPIs causes slippage, FOMC causes slippage, GDP causes slippage, not that much. So the ones that doesn't cause slippage that much is GDP and also NFPs. Some people say no, NFPs is a cause slippage, but no, not true. It's not really. It doesn't really cause slippage compared to CPI and FOMC. So there is a CPI news on AUD. AUD, the Australian dollar, there is by 1:30 on Wednesday, 1:30 a.m. So you'll be sleeping. So it's not like you open position down, you go sleep. Tomorrow in the morning you wake up, you not see your account again. Maybe you get an email, we detected a hard breach. I don't want that for you. So take note of it. So on Wednesday, 1:30 in the morning, you have CPI news on AUD. Then same morning, 2 a.m. we have NZD news on monetary policy, which is their rate statements. That one, it not really doesn't cause slippage too though. It moves fast but doesn't cause slippage. Then during that day, we still have USD news around 2:30 p.m. And then the last news for the week will be on Friday, the Canadian dollar, which is GDP. That's what I'm saying. Like GDP also moves fast, but doesn't really usually cause slippage that much. You understand? So yeah. So that's it for the fundamentals for the week. Now we have done our own best by doing what? Analyzing. I don't think people would take their time and prepare you this way every time, every Monday. We've done that now, and we have prepared ourselves for the week. We have identified levels we are waiting for certain structures and all that. It will only be crazy if you go against everything and then you just go and do your own. Yeah, when I mean do your own now, I'm not saying that follow the analysis that I have, that we have made. No, I'm talking about you preparing for the week and everything that you've written down, like the plans for the week, you then do something else entirely. It will only be crazy if you do something like that. Do you understand? So, and if you've not made the plan, because the plan for the week that I made my own since on Saturday. Now, if you've not made the plan, I want you to do so. So immediately after this call, make sure you get a pen and a journal, maybe a notebook. Write it out. This is what you plan to do. This is the instruments you plan to trade. This is the risk to reward that you're looking forward to making. Maybe 10 hour, maybe 5 hour. You understand, right? So this is it. So plan it. This is the instruments you want to trade. You don't want to trade more than 5 instruments. You note them down. GBP, Euro USD, like that. Alright? You note them down. So make a plan for the week so that you can work with it. This is how to trade. Diligently. You're trading. You're not just trading anywhere belay face. Anywhere your belay, you just trade. No, you're trading with a plan. Do you understand? So if you've not set one, make sure you set it. And if you've set one, make sure you follow it. And this is it. That you make a plan doesn't mean that everything will go according to your own plan. Do you understand? And why I'm saying it is, you might make a plan now and you say, okay, I plan to make 10 hours before Wednesday, or maybe even today alone. You've had minus 3 hours, or maybe even minus 7 hours, or maybe minus 6 hours. It doesn't mean that you should deviate from the plan. I want that to sink in. It doesn't mean that you should deviate. It doesn't mean you should start doing something else. No, don't do that. It means you are still on track. Follow the plan, because things will not always turn out the way you want it to be. It will not always turn out the way you want it to be in your own head. No, it won't. But what you can do is you can do yourself good by controlling the things that you can control and not exposing yourself to too much of a risk. Do you understand? So make a plan. Make sure you follow it to the letter. If your account is not too big, make sure your risk management plan is very tight. That can give you enough leverage even after taking numerous losses. Do you understand? So the next time we're going to see will be on Wednesday. Like I said, well, December starts from next week, and December we're really going to be trading synthetic indices. That's what we're going to be trading. And synthetic indices is one that usually gives me a signal almost every time, to be honest. Almost every time. So we're going to be trading synthetic indices. from time to time, right? Let me see. There are few pairs I'm waiting for. I don't know. There are like five. I'm waiting for like five. V21, V25, V10, V10 1S jump. Okay. So I'm waiting for a few pairs. So December, that's what we're going to be trading more often, right? So we're trading more often those pairs. And so get your accounts funded, as we're going to be doing that all through December, so that we'll have money to do Christmas. So you can buy your mommy wrapper, or you buy your daddy clothes. It's been long you bought your daddy clothes, or you send them card. Yeah. So we're going to be doing that throughout December. Nobody's doing, so we're going to do that though. We'll do that throughout December. So we're going to meet again on Wednesday. Wednesday will be the time we're going to meet again. Same time, but I'm going to start earlier. 6:30 on Monday. 6:30 on Wednesday. Sorry. We're going to start the live stream. I'll make sure my network is much stronger. My network was disturbing me. And also, I think this evening I have time. I dropped a thread yesterday on how to study, because every time we say study, 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 even Bible says study to show thyself approved. So we say study, study, but many people don't know how to study. You can check my pin post. I made a thread on how to study. Yesterday I wanted to explain it, but the network, MTN, refused. My router was just misbehaving. So today, in the evening, I might just do it. So if you are not following me, make sure you are following now, and then turn on post notification so that you are notified when I start the live session. Do you understand? So I wish you the best this week. More importantly, if you've not made your morning prayers, it's very important that you start your week, in prayers. Everybody's using something. That's what my pastor used to say. So make sure that you are using something. Make sure you know where you are. Stay safe. You already know how the country is, and you already know how to protect yourself, but your parents, your siblings might not. So your own responsibility is to make sure that they are aware, they know, and so that they can, take care of themselves too. All right. So, like I always tell you, I say my wish is that for all of us to get to the height of our careers, everything that you've dreamt about, that they come to actualization and realization. But it won't happen just like that. You have to put in the work. You have to put in more than the required effort. I will always tell you this. So put in more than the required effort. So make sure you follow your plan. Don't trade out of your plan. Be flexible with your buyers. It's not like you see buy and then you say you must buy, when market is clearly telling you have shifted to sell. So be flexible, but follow a plan. You understand? So make sure you pray, commit your day to God's hands, commit your week to God's hands, and then I hope your week is blessed, is fruitful, and is productive. So I'll see you on Wednesday, and bye for now. Take care of yourself.